Happy New Year's Eve, my book lovers. So this year I was able to complete my goal of reading 85 books, and here are my top 5. Now the reason that these are my top 5 is because they really stuck in my head, or they really greatly affected me at the time that I read them. So you might not agree, but these are the ones that I absolutely love. And I do have a reading list on Goodreads that you can go check out, my full 85 books. I don't do star reviews because just because something doesn't click with me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to not click with somebody else. And what I don't like in a book doesn't mean that other people aren't going to love it. So I just don't really, I don't like giving star reviews, but you can see what all the books that I've read. And most of the books that I read, I have done reviews on here, so you can always go into my profile and see. So the first book on my list, and these are in no particular order, is Tampa by Alyssa Nutting. The reason that this is on my list is because the entire book disgusted me. I was creeped out. I was nauseous. It is a story about a teacher predator whose thrill is young boys, and it's a female teacher. She's beautiful, and it just really goes to show what the double standards that we have between women child essayers and male, especially when they're pretty, because she was able to pull the wool over everybody's eyes for a very, very long time. So this is a book that you need to be very, very careful reading. It is revolting, and that is why it's one of my top 5 reads, is because it is in my head. It gave Saving Noah is a very popular book, and for really good reasons. I love that book. It's similar to that, except it tells from the point of view of the predator, and it just it was a very, very tough read, but it changed my brain. I didn't get a physical copy of Tampa because I feel like that's gonna put me on some watch list, and I don't want that. So the rest of the books, though, I enjoyed so much I did get physical copies of. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This book, I did listen to the audiobook, so my only drawback to listening to the audiobook is the voice actors were making the kissing noises. If you watch my full video, you'll see it, but it really got me sucked into the story. Like, I could not get out of this world. I don't know if it was because of the time of year that I read it, if there was something else going on in my life that just made me very susceptible to this book, but considering that it's such a popular book, I'm going to guess that no, it's just really that well written. So yeah, I enjoyed this book tremendously. Another book on my top 5 is Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman, and this is actually a signed copy because I got to meet him at a meet and greet in Illinois. Anyway, this book really got into my head, and after I finished reading it, I had to ruminate on it and just be like, whoa, what did I just read? And you don't get any definite answers. You don't get any concrete resolutions to things. There's a lot of still open-ended questions when you're done with this book, and it really makes you think, and I enjoy that. So this is why this is one of my top 5, is because I'm still thinking about this book. Next book I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This is the coziest, sweetest read I think I've read in my adult life. Like, This is all the warm fuzzy feelings that you could possibly want. It is amazing. And after I finished listening to the audiobook, I went out and found this special edition book because I loved it so much that I just needed to get a special edition and treasure it forever. It's a fairy tale. It's an adult fairy tale. There's like minimal, there's a little bit of romance, but there's no smut, no spice. So this is amazing book for anyone over the age of 10. And this next book is My Roman Empire Now, When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. I read this book back in February. I've recommended it to all of my friends. I have bought multiple copies of this book. This is a hardcover, but I've bought softcover books and shared 2 of them with my group of friends and told them that they need to read this book. So this book is amazing, and it tells the story of a young girl who is trying to grow up in a world where oppressed women were sick of being oppressed and they literally became dragons. And her trying to navigate this world as her mother passed away, and then she's trying to navigate this world without any strong female role models to assist her. And her aunt turned into a dragon and left, leaving a very young child. And just this, you know, her dealing with her anger at her mom, her anger at her aunt, her anger at her father, and how powerful women really are. It's just a phenomenal book. It's My Roman Empire. I recommend it, and I will always recommend it forever. So those were my top 5, and I am going to make another video for honorable mentions, because there were a lot. Out of 85 books, there were so many books that I had to really think hard to whittle them down in order to just get 5. Then I'm going to also make a video of 5 books that I think are that I've read this year that I think are really, really overhyped. Stay tuned for that.